idiot of myself.
It's training, isn't it?
Oh, man.
Okay, before we go on the roll, I'll just talk to you what we're going to do.
Okay.
We're going to do bends.
Mm.
Yeah? How do you think that when you're driving yourself, how do you judge what's the correct speed for the bend?
I hate to say it, but my gut reaction, my gut instinct when I'm driving myself, but that's not what it should be doing.
Is that an answer?
Yeah.
What?
That's my answer. That's how I drive it.
I didn't get an answer there, did I?
No, I know, but I said I hate to say it, but that's how I do it. But it depends on the bend.
Right,
Depends on the severity of the bend as well.
Right, let me
doesn't
put it
it
this way. Let's just say you come around the bend,
Mhm.
and there's a broken down lorry.
What speed should I be?
If you're going too fast, what's going to happen?
I'm going to crash into the broken down lorry because I
Right.
can't see when it's round.
Okay, so let me ask that question again.
So, what speed would I want to be? No more than 30 miles an hour.
No. You remember that listening skill?
Listen, I know,
Yeah.
I've got to listen.
You remember that listening skill?
Yeah.
Right. In your own driving, have a
Yeah.
think about it, yeah? Came up on part 2. How do you know what speed to come into a bend at?
I don't actually know the answer.
What must you be able to do in the distance you can see to be clear?
Stop.
Not a bad answer, is it?
No, that's a pretty good answer actually.
Yeah?
Yep. Yep.
Right, so how do you know by looking at a bend how severe that bend is?
By the angle of the trees and everything going down the vision. Sometimes you get the black and white chevron lines to tell you it's severe.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
let's just take out the black and white chevrons, yeah?
yeah.
Looking at the bend itself on approach.
The bend itself on approach, the angle of the bend, and also the road line will help you. Anything to do with along the edge of the line, like the trees and things, the curve goes round. You can see them because they're tall, and you'll see how far round it goes.
Have a read tonight about limit points analysis, yeah?
Yep.
If you look at one side of the road and where it appears to be touching the other side of the road on approach,
Yeah.
that's about the distance you can see.
Right.
At the limit point, yeah?
Okay.
As you get to the limit point, then it opens up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Look at the trees on either side of the road.
Yep.
If they look like on approach that they're actually touching each other, but we know they're not, that tells you that's quite a sharp bend.
Right. Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
Make sense?
That makes sense.
Yeah?
Yeah. So I'm sort of halfway there.
Yeah, read about limit points, they're very helpful.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
I've got to pinch a pen.
You can borrow a pen and then you can put it straight back afterwards.
Yep. I'm still borrowing. I'll put it back in a minute.
That's alright, you can put a pen away now, you don't need it.
Okay. Really? I've shown everyone where you keep your pens now.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go on the road.
Okay. Hi Tony, how are you today?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Okay, so how do you feel that your lesson went last week?
Yeah, my lesson went well. I had a bit of trouble yesterday.
Why?
My wife let me drive and didn't go too well.
What was it you were doing that didn't go too well in particular?
She said on a lot of bends I went round them on a door handle.
Too fast. Is that what you mean?
I think she might have meant that, yeah.
Okay. How did you feel that you went round them?
I didn't feel too good.
You didn't feel too good. So what was it that you felt that was particularly bad about it?
I made it even worse because I went into one bend and I actually braked. And the car went all over the place.
So I was going to say, how did the car feel when you were approaching the bends and when you were in the bends?
felt like I was rocking and rolling.
Rocking and rolling?
Yeah.
And did you feel that you lost the back end of the car was sliding out?
I thought I was going to die.
You thought you were going to die? Well, you must have been doing them extremely fast, Tony. So what would be the sensible thing to do with the bend? If you see a bend approaching, should you enter the bend at exactly the same speed that you're on? So let's say, for example, we're on a 60 mile per hour road and you're doing 55 miles an hour. Would it be suitable to approach that bend in 65?
Well, all bends are
55
different,
miles
isn't
an hour. They are all different. They're a lot of speeds.
Yeah, some of the bends I got around fine.
Okay, fine. So it depends on the severity of the bend, doesn't it? How are you going to tell if the bend is severe or not? What's going to help you?
Well, my wife's a class 1 police driver.
Right, so...
And she mentions something about I should be studying about limit points.
And what does the limit point mean? Did she explain to you what it meant?
She said it's the distance you can see, and then until you reach that, your speed should be correct, so you can stop in the distance you can see to be clear.
Right, so exactly. So you need to be able to stop in the distance you can see to be
I
clear.
haven't finished what she was saying.
Sorry, go on then.
Yeah, she talks up for me as well. And then she said when the bend opens up, you can then chase it.
Right, okay. So what does that actually mean to you? So when she's saying about the limit points, what does that actually mean? Do you know what she meant by the limit points?
She said
the distance to be seen to be clear, but how else can you recognise the fact that the bend is really sharp bend?
I don't know, I didn't get a word in last night either.
I thought you'd said a full stop.
Sorry?
I thought you'd come to a full stop.
No, I didn't know. No.
I said, give me the rest of your sentence after the comma.
No, she said it's the point where you just cannot see. That's the limit of your vision.
So,
and she said if I carry on driving like that, I'm going to come around one of these bends and it's going to be a broken down vehicle.
So when you come to that point that you cannot see, the limit point,
yeah.
What should you be doing as you approach that limit point? What should you have done?
Well, I won't use the exact word she said.
No, you don't need to use the exact word she said.
It was slow down.
It was slow down.
Yeah.
So exactly. So when you see that area that you're coming to, you know you can't stop in the distance that you can see to be clear, especially if you're doing a fast speed. You've got to know that you can stop. So if you can't stop, what have you got to do? Slow down, reduce the speed. How are you going to slow down? Brake. Yeah, brake. Some people come just off the accelerator pedal and think that's enough. So that's not always going to be enough, is it? It's going to have to brake. So should you brake on the bend when you get to it, or should you be braking before the bend?
I think before the bend.
Before the bend. So why is it important to brake before the bend and not on the bend?
She was explaining to me that the car sits on kind of 4 springs.
Right.
And when it's going in a straight line at a constant speed,
yep,
those springs are not having to work.
Okay.
But then when you brake, she said you lose about 25% of your tyre grip with the roads.
Right.
Because there's pressure going on the front springs.
Mm-hmm.
She said when you're turning, you lose about another 25%. And she said because I was braking and turning, she said I was hanging on by the skin of my teeth.
A thread.
Yeah, she might have said thread, yeah.
So when you were braking and turning at the same time, where's all the pressure point going to be pushed into the car?
Sorry?
So where the springs are being pushed...
I don't know, I was just hanging on for my dear life.
So if you're turning right, the pressure's going to be all put on the front left corner, isn't it?
I think...
So that's where the back end is going to go and skid.
I think a couple of bends he went round, the door mirror was touching the road.
So let's say, okay, so when you do these bends again, how are you going to treat them differently this time?
I'm going to need a bit of help, I think.
That's fine, but what sort of thing do you think, after the discussion we've just had, what do you think is important to do differently as you approach that limit point where you cannot see any further?
Can you give me help with that?
Yeah, so what have you got to do? You just told me a minute ago, what have you got to do? Slow down before you reach that limit point, isn't it? Before you reach that bend. And then what you've got to decide a sensible speed to go round a bend, because as she said, if there was a lorry round the corner broken down or something, what kind of speed are you going to be able to stop in?
She said I've got to be able to judge it that I can stop in a distance I can see to be clear.
Exactly. So you've got to stop in the distance speed to go. So if you get round the bend and there's nothing there, you've reduced your speed, you've got nice control of the car. Then what happens as you come round the bend and your distance, your vision is opened up then.
Oh, so then you can go back on the gas.
That's when you can go back on the gas and accelerate out. So you brake into approaching a bend, continue round the bend at the reduced speed, and as you come out the brow of the bend, that's when you can accelerate to move away. Does that make sense?
Yeah, can we try that?
Yep, we can try that. So how much, so you want to say you want help from me, don't you?
Please, yeah.
So before we set off, Tony, who's responsible for everything in the car?
I am.
And who's responsible for everything outside the car?
I am.
So obviously you want some help from me, so if a situation occurs and I feel that you're not responding to it, I will either tell you to stop or use the pedals. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Understand that? And then we will obviously pull over and discuss why we did that.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Can I use the sat nav again today?
you can use the sat nav again. Did you like using the sat nav before?
I did, yeah. It says let's go. Shall I press that button?
Press let's go, and that will give us the direction that we've got to go in. So that'll set you off. So I don't need to give you directions then. You're going to listen to the sat nav and watch it, yes?
It hasn't got Barbados on here.
Yeah? You're happy to do that?
Yeah.
Good.
Can I have the volume on?
Have you not got the volume set? Would you like the
I think
volume
so.
on? Do you want me to check that the volume's on?
I think it is on.
Well, should we wait and see, and if it doesn't come on then I'll turn it up for you.
How do you know if it's on or not?
You have to go back.
I think it is on.
Do you want me to check? There, you're on.
No, you're on. Do we have to press let's go again? No.
No. Okay. You all set up with everything?
Yeah.
I don't need that, do I?
Sorry?
I don't need
I wouldn't have that book on your lap if I was you, because I was going around these bends last night.
You better not go round the bends like that.
I didn't do it on purpose. My wife said I should have had some practice at that. I told her I'd done loads of dual carriageway. She says that's easy enough, just going fast in a straight line, isn't it?
Well, it's not just about going fast in a straight line, is it, in dual carriageways?
End of the road.
After
you listened to
100
that.
yards,
Yeah, well,
turn
sorry.
left, St. Lane.
Habit. Sinpit.
It did say left,
Turn
didn't it?
left.
Yes.
I don't know why it's saying left, we're going right.
Are we going right? Okay. Tony, what's going to be the best way to get out of this junction? Because it's very busy, isn't it?
I'm just waiting for a cab.
Uh-huh. Just asking.
Turn left, Lancaster Road.
I think the map must have changed. I'll pull over and change it. So I'll just come out rolling.
Yeah, that's fine.
Turn left, Gurney Court Road.
Is it possible the sat nav doesn't know where Welling Garden City is?
Well, it should know where it is, shouldn't it? Let me to reach over and get it, lift it off. It's not on there, is it? Let's see if I can get the postcode.
If you just reach out and type in Welling Garden City.
Is it, how many L's?
WYN.
Is that how you spell it? Ah.
your spelling, you mean?
Oh, does not put D in. Oh. No, it doesn't like Welling Garden City. Let me get that. Try AL8 Stanborough Park car park. AL8 7TB. I might work if you put Welling Garden City in.
Okay, we're back in road now, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of spelling lessons now and again, hey?
Maybe it's
You
fat
will
fingers.
arrive at your destination at 15:35.
Why did you have to press something? I'd already pressed it.
You didn't press let's go.
Oh, I did. I bet we're back on the wrong route now.
It can't be if you just press let's go. It can't be on the wrong route.
Press let's drive.
The same thing. The let's go means start. So American. Let's go.
Right, so I'm going to take the next on the right. I know it's probably going to upset the sat nav.
If you take the next on the right, Tony, please.
So let me turn right in.
Turn right, Charmouth Road. After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, Sandbed Lane. Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Good mirrors, Tony. Well done. Tony, you still going to stop there?
The sign says wait here.
I know. It says wait there as a general waiting area. If you go too close to the sign, how does that make your life difficult afterwards?
I was just reading the road sign.
You were just reading the road sign, so, but I'm just putting a point to you. So
It should be him you having a go at, shouldn't it?
it should be him I'm
Yeah.
having a go at. How would your life be made easier when you come up to one of these roadwork
I'm just
signs?
thinking about what, there's no hazards here, is there?
Well, there is hazards, isn't there? What's the
Yeah.
hazard here? What hazards are here,
That
Tony?
man's disappeared now, hasn't he? He's got back in the van.
Doesn't mean to say he's going to stay in the van, does it?
Right.
Doesn't mean to say he'll stay in the van. So what are your hazards here? You've got bollards, haven't you? You've got to think, what about another hazard if a car coming the other way didn't wait at the...
He is waiting.
He is waiting, but sometimes you're going to have people that jump through. So if you stop a little bit further back, how does that help you if you don't stop right up on the sign? How could it help you? know, but I'm just thinking of a logical reason as to why it would help, regardless of where they put the sign.
It made it easier.
It would have made it easier. In what way?
Well, I'm just obeying the road signs, isn't it?
You're just obeying the road signs. But if you'd stopped,
When I came to that stop sign, it didn't stop. You had a right car.
I'm just thinking, wouldn't it have made your vision a little bit clearer? Would it have helped with your long vision if you'd have stopped further back? Right, so where should you be stopping when you come behind a car, Tony?
Yeah, just behind it.
No, you shouldn't. Can you remember your...
Oh
what's the
yeah,
thing?
TNT.
TNT. And what's the point of TNT?
In case they break down.
Well, is it just in case they break down, or are there any other reasons?
There's lots of reasons.
And what are they?
Sorry?
And what are they?
Might roll back and might roll.
They mull right back. What might you do?
Sorry?
And what could happen to you? You could roll forward, couldn't you? And what's another reason? Can you think of any other reasons why you should not go that close?
I suppose if the breakdown is good enough reason, then.
Yeah, but that's not going to be the only reason, is it?
What other reasons could it be?
What about if they stall and you go forward and they haven't gone anywhere? You're expecting them to move because everybody else moves. What's going to be the dangers of
I
that?
never moved till the vehicle had put loose.
But you're very close to it. Okay, let's put another scenario. What about a car behind you? What about if because you stopped so late they haven't realised that you stopped and they nudge you from behind? What could happen then? You'd hit it, wouldn't you? So not only would you hit the car, what would happen if a pedestrian was walking between you and the car in front? What could happen to that pedestrian if you were nudged from behind?
You're right cheerful sort today, isn't it?
I am, aren't I? So next time...
You don't have to worry about her.
So next time we stop behind a
After
pedestrian...
400
Yes.
yards, cross the roundabout and take the second exit,
You know,
St.
banging on
Lane.
about reasons of being close to that parked car, isn't it?
Is that too long? Too much?
Sorry?
Is it too much?
I thought you were going to go into in case a helicopter drops out of the sky.
Well, it's true though.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Sit on that bonnet a bit more and read that road a little bit further ahead, yeah?
Okay. Yep.
After 200 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, Cooper's Green Lane. Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
So right, Tony, so we're in the road where we've got the bends.
Yeah.
Remember what we were just talking about, the limit point. So
Yeah.
how can you tell the limit point? It's the distance you can see to be clear. And if you
I
can stop.
can see it's opening up, look.
So do you really think it's... I don't think I think you need to ease off and brake. So slow down
Brake.
here. Okay, brake gently. Can I not use the word brake gently? I want you to reduce your speed. Okay, let's maybe think about the wording. Right, do you see where the trees cross? Where they look like they've crossed each other's path. There's no vision now, is there? You can see to the end of the road, and then we can't see.
I can see right through that bend.
Can you?
Yeah.
Glad you
I
can.
can see right down there, look. Put your glasses on.
Yep. I can see right down there too. So can you see, how far can you see now?
Oh, no, this is what happened last night.
This is where
This
you need
might
to...
have been the bend.
Now let's reduce your speed down to 30 miles an hour.
30.
Yeah. Could be a bit slow for you. Okay.
It's always 30, is it?
No, I just said that as a point today, but maybe it should be a bit faster than that for you. Okay, so what speed do you think would be a safe speed to be doing around here now, Tony?
Do 60 here.
You can, my learner's car.
Sorry?
You can, my learner's car.
Can I?
No!
I've got my test coming on in a couple of weeks' time.
I'm not saying you. Okay.
Yeah, I can see, look.
So I can't
it's
see
closing down
anything.
a bit now.
So you should be reducing your speed, shouldn't you, Tony? What should you be reducing it down to? What should you reduce your speed to, Tony?
I came down to 50 there.
So don't you think it should be a bit slow? Let's try 45. And now let's reduce to 40. Because you drive these too well.
If we get a t-shirt, if we come across a t-shirt shop, can we buy one of them t-shirts? Lord help me to keep my mouth shut until I know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know.
Oh look, the limit point. I came down to 40, was that alright?
Yeah, that was perfect. So why is it good to come down to 40?
Because I couldn't see.
You couldn't see. So that was a good speed, wasn't it? To control the bend and to control your steering.
Straight out in front of me, look.
Don't worry about that, worry about what you're doing. So now what distance should you be behind you and the car in front, Tony?
Only the full brakes are 2 seconds.
Only a full brakes are 2 seconds. So how do you know how to work out that sentence?
I wouldn't be behind him if he hadn't pulled out in front of me, would I?
No, well, you wouldn't, but he did. So how can you tell that you're the right distance from that? So you've got to say the sentence.
When he reaches that tree there, only a full brakes a 2 second rule.
Okay, there you go, good.
Stupid rule anyway.
Why is it a stupid rule?
No reason for it.
What? Well, there is a reason for it. What's the reason for it?
I can't remember.
It's the distance in which you can stop, isn't it?
Oh, I remember now, yeah.
After
So if you're too
500
close to that
yards,
car, are you
cross
going to
the
be able to stop
roundabout
himself?
and take the
Oh,
second
yeah,
exit.
yeah.
There you go, is the
Oh, is that the
sentence.
reason why?
The distance
Oh,
to be
right.
seen to be clear. If you
Oh,
can't
right.
stop in it, you're going to
Yeah.
hit. What's going to be the dangers of you not being able to stop in
That
time?
reminds me of things when people, you know, when you ask me the reasons why,
So what would be the reasons?
I wouldn't be able to stop.
So you wouldn't be able to stop. So what would be the dangers of that with the car in front?
I'd hit the bloody thing.
You'd hit the car in front, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Cross
Exactly.
the roundabout and take the second exit.
What's that brake lights?
After 400 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the second exit, B197, Great North Road. Then you have reached your
So
destination.
where are you going to stop this time, Tony?
Tires and tarmac.
Tyres and tarmac, that's much better.
In case they break down, okay?
In case they break down, okay. No other reason.
There's loads of reasons.
There are loads of reasons.
But as long as I know one good one.
Good, that's a good one, isn't it?
After 80 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the second exit, B197, Great North Road. Then you have reached your destination.
I'm just going to disobey the sat nav. I'm just going to do it right here, okay? Said Serena, whatever her name is.
Serena, who can't pronounce the names of anything.
This side road. And I'm just going to turn around. I'll do it me out, okay?
Okay.
And then we're going to stop on the left. How was that then?
Hated that.
Sorry?
Hated that.
What bit did you hate about it?
Trying to get the wording in to tell you what to do it in time. And
Where did all these...
How to express
Turn around
it.
when
Speeds come
possible.
from. I don't know. They were just coming plucked out the top of my head. Give it a go, because I said when I do them, it's like gut instinct.
got instinct for what?
Well, because when you drive, if I have put some learners on that bends, they don't even attempt to go fast because they can't. But you're really good at bends.
Sorry?
But you're really good at bends. That's not really an answer. So I don't know
Yeah,
what
but-
to
yeah,
tell
but
them
I'm-
to be, because the safe speed.
Look, when I'm sitting there treating you as a learner, yeah?
Yeah, I know. So for me, when
no, hang on. What's that skill that
Listening.
Yeah, listening, yeah? Treat me as a learner,
yeah,
yeah?
yeah, I know.
There's only two ways to go around a bend. The right way and the wrong way,
Yep,
yeah?
yep.
It's alright, now you can have a word. What's the right way?
Carefully.
Oh, that's a rubbish answer.
With the you have a reduced speed for the conditions of the bend. So you reduce your speed on approach to the bend, and then you accelerate out of the bend. But what my question is, the reduced speed that you approach a bend in is going to be different for everyone, isn't it? As to how they can cope with it.
Didn't appear that way to you.
No, I know. So
it
I
appeared to be
tried.
30 mile an hour for every bend, didn't it?
Well, that's the problem. So I didn't know what speed to tell you to go down to. So, because when I then said it, I realised that was way too slow.
Would it help if you drove the route yourself?
Well, it would do, wouldn't it, for teaching it? Yes.
Sorry?
Well, I'll have to, won't I, for teaching it? Yes. So, what speeds should I be looking at for telling people
Think about what we said.
the distance you can stop to be clear?
Think about the limit point analysis.
Yep. But that's fine, but it's trying to explain it to you when you're going
Sorry?
along. I do understand that, but then it's trying to explain it to you when we're going along
What?
that I struggled with.
But what does the driving essential skills say?
For bends,
What does the driving essential skills say about any hazard?
slow down.
It says a bit more than that, doesn't it?
Yeah, you're going to have to tell me what am I missing out
What
on?
must you be able to do in the distance you can see to be
Stop
clear?
in the distance you can see to
Yeah.
be clear.
Yeah.
So that judges the speed that you can do the bend in.
Sorry?
That decides the speed
Yeah.
in which you can
Yeah,
do the bend. But
exactly.
that might mean one person can do it in 20 miles an hour, the other person can do it in 50. They should all be able to do it at a reasonable speed.
They should be all able to do it eventually at the right speed, shouldn't they?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah?
Yes. So those bends really,
You know, I listened to you there, and I did reduce my speed
and it was too slow.
to the speed you said, because there was nobody behind me.
I know, but it was
Um,
ridiculously too slow, wasn't it?
But I wouldn't want to have been a pupil sitting there, because they would have just done what they were
I know
told.
they were told. It was ridiculously too slow. So really we're looking at 45, 50 miles an hour for those bends.
Well, we're looking at a speed that we can stop in the distance so we can see to be clear, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But you've got to judge that, haven't you, at high speed and in a split second.
But so will your pupils after they pass the test.
Mm.
These are the kind of roads they're going to be driving on, aren't
Yeah.
they? I'd be very surprised if you're not teaching pupils in Welling Garden City that are taking the test in St Albans.
Haven't got one yet.
Well, I used to have
Lots
loads
in
of them.
Welland.
Yeah?
Yeah, and they've got to drive that route all the time, haven't they?
So can I try that again?
Yes. Would you like to try that again?
Yeah.
Would I like to try that again? I don't know.
No, can I try again?
Yes, of course you can try again. So how much help would you like from me this time, Tony?
Can I talk you through what I think is right, and you tell me if I'm wrong?
Yeah?
Yeah?
Yeah, we can do that.
Can I just change the sat nav? I don't know how to do it now.
Yeah.
I like this. Can't get lost, can you? Well, you won't manage to, will we? We don't want to go all the way to Luton, do we?
You can go wherever you want to go to. Did you click that
Okay.
Did you click let's go?
Yeah.
Did you?
You will arrive at your destination at 1600 hours. After 100 yards, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, Cooper's Green Lane. Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Now it says national speed limit, but does that mean you do the national speed limit, Tony?
No, I'm just telling you what I'm doing.
Oh, sorry, I didn't know that.
It says slow on the road.
It does say slow. Why would it say slow on the road?
Sorry?
Why would it say slow on the road?
You never know what's happening. It could be a farm entrance.
Yeah, well, what else do you think that they're wanting?
After 400 yards, cross the
junctions.
roundabout
Could be
and
junctions.
take the second exit, Cooper's Green Lane. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Doing my early vision, early decision. Go there.
Very good.
Yeah, I can see those cars in front are giving me a good judgment of speed. They're helping me to judge my speed.
Are they in what way they're helping you to judge your speed?
Well, they're not braking and they're not swerving all over the place, are they?
No, they're not.
The front one's braking.
The front one's braking now, aren't they? So what about the cars behind you, Tony? So how often should you check your central rear view
Oh, I'm
mirror?
checking it all the time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Especially with these bends, I've got to get down to 30 mile an hour.
Well, I think we ascertained on the way that 30 miles an hour was a bit slow, wasn't it?
Ascertained.
Yep, big one, isn't it?
Just slow. There's the limit point there. Well, now it's opening up. We can
Yep.
chase it. Limit point again. Now I can see. We can chase it. Nothing. Can't see. Now I can. I'm getting it. I'm getting it.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
So remember your distance, Tony. What's the sentence?
Only a full breaks a 2-second rule.
Yeah, do you think we're 2 seconds away from the car in front?
Only a full breaks a 2-second rule. Yeah.
Okay.
close to each other, isn't
No, I don't
After
think that's the only
400
reason,
yards,
is it?
go
Right?
right on the
I don't think you'll
roundabout
find that's the
and
only
take
reason,
the
is it?
second exit, St. Bed Lane.
So if you look at the sat nav, what are we coming up to?
it? Roundabout.
A roundabout. So why do you think they could all be braking then?
Ah, probably a queue.
It's the queue, isn't it, for the roundabout?
I don't know what the sat nav said there. What did it say?
Turn right. See, when you see vehicles in front of you braking, so do you just assume that that's
Go right on
because
the
they're too close
roundabout
to one
and
another?
take the second exit.
Well, they were very close to each other, weren't they?
They were actually very close to one another, yes. So were they doing the 2-second rule?
Yeah.
No. But if they're all braking ahead and all of them are braking, do you think that's normally you should take that as a reason that maybe you should be braking as well?
I don't think I've done anything wrong there, to be honest with you.
No. So remember to look in the direction you're
yeah.
going, Tony. So what's going to happen if you keep looking to the left?
Sorry?
What's going to happen if you
After
keep looking
200
to the
yards,
left when you go
cross
around
the
that
roundabout
roundabout?
and take the first
I think
exit,
if we stopped
St.
and I
Bed
wouldn't see
Lane.
them.
You wouldn't know, would you? And remember, your hands will follow where your
Cross
eyes
the
can see,
roundabout
won't they?
and take the first exit.
Well, I'm just going to upset the sat nav by turning right here, okay?
Okay. Take us down the house lane.
After 200 yards, turn around when possible.
Oh, can we go down there? You took me down there a few weeks ago, didn't you?
What, house lane?
Yeah.
Do you really want to go down there?
Sorry?
Do you really want to go down there? Okay.
I've got to learn to use these roads, haven't
Yep. So can you remember what the dangers were down House Lane? Can you remember what was difficult about House Lane?
I? It's more difficult, I think.
It wasn't. It's all difficult to you. Yeah, but can you remember particularly what was difficult? What you had to look out for?
Bits of curve that were sticking out.
Bits of curve. And what else do you have to look out for down House Lane?
After 100 yards, go around the roundabout
So the road
and
we
take
just
the
went
third
down,
exit, House
There was
Lane.
plenty of room for 2 cars, weren't there? For a lane on either side. In House Lane, can you remember that there were areas where 2 cars can't fit past each other?
Not really.
So if there's a car coming towards you, what have you got to look out for in House Lane?
Up here, there was a limit point.
So
Look.
can you see? No, I can't
No.
see. So what should you be doing?
Keep the speed low. I can see now.
Good. And then what have we got to see here? So, good. So there isn't room, is there, for both of us to go through? So you have to wait.
I am.
No, I'm just saying.
Can you not let me do a bit on my own?
I'm just talking about what you've just done.
Oh, no, big now. I can see it. Look, why
Can you see that? I
expect-
don't think it's been reducing the speed now, Tony. Okay, can you see? Because I can't see.
Yeah, I can see now. Progress here. You can sometimes see across the hedge, can you?
If the hedge is low enough, yes, you could.
And we're going to turn.
I'm going to turn right.
And stop on the left.
And stop on the left, please, Tony.
I thought we had an agreement there. That were all.
What about? That you were going to try it on the way back on your own.
Yeah, didn't work very well, did it?
Well, it didn't. It does, because I wasn't telling you what to do, was I?
Sorry?
Was I telling you what to do?
Yeah, you never shut up. Sorry?
Did I not? Oh. Okay.
Yeah. That's a national speed limit road, isn't it?
I know it is.
Hang on a second. It's a national speed limit road.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Should I make progress when it's safe to do so?
Yes, you should. That's the
Right.
whole point of that road.
Did I make progress when I should do?
Yes, you did. You made
Did
it
I slow down when the limit point?
came. Yes. Yes. So did I need to say anything? No.
Exactly. Yeah?
Mhm. Yeah.
What do you need to read a little bit more?
The essential skills on bends.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Yeah.
do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to remember, you're not going to be there holding their hands after they pass the test, are you?
No, not at all. No.
Just try and relax a bit and stop being so stop being so jumpy, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Mhm.
You had your way. I would. When we initially started, we went down a road called Cooper's Green Lane,
Yeah.
a big long road to Welling Garden City.
Yep.
Could you'd have had me going along there 20 miles an hour, wouldn't it? Huh?
I did realise when I told you to go to that speed that it was way too slow.
Yeah, I thought
But I was trying to relate it to how sharp the bends were.
it would have been
so-
embarrassing if you got overtaken by a tractor, wouldn't it?
Shut up.
Sorry?
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose because I was referring to, I've got to sort of say a speed, I couldn't relate to what the speed was going to be in relation to the bend until you did it, and then when you did it I realised that was way too slow.
This is not only just you I'm talking to here, yeah?
I know.
All of you need to up your skills a bit more, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? With this new test coming in,
Yep.
you can forget about driving around town all day and around housing estates.
Yep.
You're going to be out on them types of roads. And that's the idea behind it.
Right,
You should
okay.
be teaching your pupils how to deal with these type of roads, yeah?
Yeah.
Because that's where they're dying, isn't it?
Yeah. The country lanes.
They're coming in. Well, that was a major, quite a major A road, yeah?
Yeah.
With a national speed limit. Youngsters are inexperienced drivers are actually coming into them bends too quickly, giving it loads of right foot on the brake, losing control, and end up going into the oncoming traffic.
Yep.
That's what you need to start teaching them, yeah?
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, read about limit point analysis, yeah?
Yep.
And how it works. There's some really good stuff. Even if you Google it, you'll find it on you actually find videos on it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Yep.
Agree?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes. I knew that I was going to struggle with that one.
Sorry?
I knew I was going to struggle with that one.
Well, should you have been struggling with that one?
Not really, but I knew I wouldn't know how to express it.
Sorry?
But I knew that I wasn't going to be getting the verbalisation correct as to what to tell you to reduce to and stuff like that.
What about the distance I can see to be cleared to stop? I can, so I can see in the distance.
So, but can I use that as a stock answer all the time? As you've got to be able to stop in the distance you can see to be clear, because
Well, I did
some
ask
students
you.
aren't going to be able to know.
I did ask you to tie it into what you do in your own driving,
Yeah,
but you haven't actually analysed what you do in your own driving.
not on bends, because I know that I just sort of.
What do you do? Just close your eyes and chuck it in?
No, I don't just close my eyes. I know that when I'm coming up at speed, I basically, I suppose I'm not necessarily braking, I'll just ease off on the gas, and then that's enough to sort of reduce your speed down and to take the speed off the edge for the bend, and you come around the bend and then you accelerate out. So I know what I'm doing when I do it, sort of thing, if that makes sense. But then I didn't actually know what a figure was of the speeds,
Well,
to actually put a number on it.
Look at that type of road we were on, yeah?
Yeah.
What do we have up on the left and up on the right?
What do you mean? Trees
And fields.
and
yeah?
fields, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think those fields are for? Are they going to build houses in those fields?
No, they're farming fields.
Right. What do you get that comes in and out of farms?
Tractors and animals.
Yeah, so you're going to have
So they're gonna be
entrances.
slow.
Yeah, they're going to be able to get to these farms somewhere, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, what if I come round one of these bends too quickly and I've got a combine harvester in front of me, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen one of them?
They're massive.
I wouldn't want to bloody hit one, would you?
No.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But, yeah, they're going to be on them type of roads, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah? Especially if it's the that time of year when they don't ask me when they do it, but when they
Yeah, when they do that, I know what you mean.
yeah, when they cut it all
Turn
down
it all over and
bring it all
fertilise
in.
it. Yeah. Harvest.
Yeah, harvest. That's it. That's what you got me thinking about.
Yeah.
You know, at this speed, if there's one of them round that bend, can I stop?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we came to the rod works.
Oh, I know.
Yeah? Yeah, there was no... You know, you saw the rod works coming up a long way off, no question at all. There was also a guy in a reflective jacket. You could have just chucked a question at me.
How far away should you stop?
It wasn't to do I done that on purpose to pee you off, to be honest with you. Because, you know, I thought you would have asked a question there.
Yeah.
What would you expect to see as you move off of these rod works, yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I stopped too close to the car. Didn't use a tar and tarmac, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, you handled that reasonably well. But you never found out for me the reason why. And then when you did, I needed about 100 reasons why.
Well, because I thought that I'm supposed to always get inside your head and challenge you and then let them find reasons as to why they should do it.
I gave you a pretty good reason, didn't I?
Yeah, but can I not ask you for any more reasons?
Sorry?
Can I not ask you for any more reasons? Should I just wait on one reason?
While you were asking me about all these reasons, when you watch the video back,
I wasn't.
you'll see there was a young girl on the pavement, yeah?
Yeah.
It was just a little bit of a worry, the way she was walking there.
Yeah.
Think about, analyse it, you know,
Not asking too much for those other
prioritise.
things, yeah.
Prioritise.
Okay.
If I hadn't stopped you, I think you'd be still banging on about the reasons, yeah? Yeah, I gave you a good enough reason, didn't I?
Yeah, okay.
And we would have come across it before, wouldn't we? Otherwise I wouldn't have known what TNT was.
No, exactly. So we'd have explained it before.
Yeah, otherwise the whole lesson would have been on that, wouldn't it?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
So back in roll, and you want to say to me, as it's the end of the lesson?
Okay, so Tanya, how do you feel that you got on with that
I'm
lesson
glad we're
today?
alive.
I'm glad we're alive too.
Yeah.
So how do you feel that compared to when you did it yesterday?
Yeah, I felt better on the way back there.
Does it feel better on the way back?
Yeah.
Good. So in what way do you feel it now feels better?
I felt I was coming into the bends reasonably at the right speed.
Yeah.
I think I was even in the right gear at most times.
So if you had to compare it to how you did on the way and how you did the way back, how would you rate it on the way home?
We never rated at the beginning, did we?
We didn't rate it at the beginning because we didn't really have that discussion.
No, we never did we?
So if you had to rate how you did yesterday with your... Cause
you're asking me now?
Yeah, because I wasn't there. So how would you have rated yesterday?
Did you not have asked me at the beginning of the lesson?
I should have asked you at the beginning, but we didn't.
Yeah. I'm sure if I can remember now.
Well, you told me that you were terrified and that the car was out of control most of the time and you were just sort of like holding on by a thread.
Well, I slept on the couch, so that's how bad it went, yeah? So I'd probably give it a 2, yeah?
So how would you give it now on the way back? What would you give it now?
Probably about 7.
So how do you feel that you would... What would you want that to be?
I want to be 10.
You want it to be 10. So how do you feel you could improve on that to get that to a 10? Practice.
And maybe just a little bit more help from my instructor.
Possibly a lot more help from your instructor. Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so to help you to approach the bends and what you should be looking out for.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So, just go back, right, we're all now. Just go back to House Lane. I wasn't doing anything wrong there, was I?
No, you weren't doing anything wrong.
Sorry?
No.
Yeah? That's the national speed limit.
I know, but it doesn't mean to say you have to do the national speed limit, does it?
I wasn't trying to do the national speed limit.
Yeah.
At no point did I get anywhere near. Watch the video back, I didn't get anywhere near 60 miles an hour.
I know you didn't get anywhere near 60 miles an hour.
But I made a bit of progress when it was clear.
You did, yes.
Yeah? Because it was ringing in my head, can I stop in the distance I said it'd be clear? Yeah, I could. Yeah?
Yeah.
How would it have gone down on my test if I'd have gone along there 25 mile an hour all the way along?
It wouldn't be very... They want to see that you make some distance up.
Yeah, but how would it have gone on my test?
Probably giving you a fault. Potentially a serious.
Yeah. Especially with people behind me, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ish.
Ish.
Because House Lane is a difficult one.
Yeah, I know.
Because if it's busy and there's loads coming the other, people keep coming the other way, you're not even going to get up to 25 miles an hour. Some of the times, even on the straight bits, as fast as you get up to it, you've got to stop again.
Is that not what planning and anticipation is all about?
Yeah.
Yeah? Is every bit of road always the same every time of the day?
No.
No, it changes all the time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah? So did I make reasonable progress where it was safe to do so?
Yes, you did.
Did I slow down when it wasn't safe to do so?
Yes, you did.
Exactly.
So I could leave you to it. Okay.
I mean, your pupils should be able to do that.
Well, they do.
Yeah?
Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them can, some of them can't.
Yeah, but with help they will, won't they?
Yeah. Some of them
Right.
go down there at a snail.
I'll give these cameras a pause before the batteries go.
Okay.
Sorry, that was hard. Wasn't that hard, though, was it?
I don't know, have you turned it off yet?
No.
No.
You're not going to swear, are you?
No, I'm not going to swear.
If you start swearing at me, I'll leave them running otherwise.